Alright guys, here it is. It's a short version of it, but this is my review of the Power Rangers Super Mega Force Legendary Battle episode that happened to air in the UK about a week and a half ago. And, well, let's just say I'm a little disappointed in it. I know a lot of people have probably already done written reviews and stuff like that, but to say that this episode was enjoyable would be an understatement. A lot of people would agree with me that this was a very rushed version of what people were looking forward to for the past 2 years. And, well, the thing is, when we were introduced to Megaforce back in, was it end of 2012? We were getting videos or a preview at Power Morphicon showing that the next season's going to be legendary, and it showed the Legend War, and people went haywire, and for the longest time we didn't know what exactly they were going to do with it. So all we were getting was reused footage or recycled footage from Gokaiger, and, well, that was basically it. And when the first episode of Megaforce aired, not Super Megaforce, Megaforce, the first 3 minutes we saw Troy. He was on a bus. He was dreaming about, this big war, and it was all recycled footage from Gokaiger. Skip ahead. It was a reoccurring thing, was Troy remembering and re-dreaming this particular thing about the war, and it was never mentioned again until Super Megaforce, when they started using keys. He was talking about how he knows that he says he's had a dream about this, and he's seen these rangers on the rangers that these keys were made from, and all that stuff. So about halfway through, I'd say 3 or 4 episodes in on Super Megaforce, we actually were starting to get previews from Saban. Of course, that one where it says the battle is going to be legendary, and it shows that there's going to be cameos and stuff like that, and they say something about the most popular ranger ever being Tommy, and he's slowly taking his helmet off and putting it to the side and stuff like that. The people were excited. They were pumped up about it. And it took 2 years to get here. Well, when it finally came, I was excited, I'm not gonna lie, but I was really thrown off about the time that this episode was gonna last. It was a typical 20-minute episode. And, it usually said it would be 30 minutes, but because the commercials and stuff, 10 minutes of commercials, it's 21 minutes or something like that. So they were basically saying they were going to cram this Legend War in within a 20-minute or 21-minute time limit. I was like, I wonder how that's going to work. So my friend from the UK, I got to watch it live with him through Skype, and both me and him watched it, and after it was over, it was about 5-10 seconds of silence, and we were trying to comprehend what the hell just happened. Because the first 10 minutes of the episode is kind of reminiscent of the Countdown to Destruction episode. It was basically a bunch of civilians were out on the streets. They were recovering from the Armada's attack, and past Rangers were helping. We had Carter, we had and Dana from Lightspeed Rescue. We had Leo from Lost Galaxy, We had Tommy from Mighty Morphin Zeo. You know him. If you don't know him, you're under a rock somewhere. And then, of course, we also had in space Cassie and TJ. And they all were like little 2-second cameos, and they were showing that weird translucent helmet thing, kind of like it was supposed to be something along the lines of what they would do when you scan the keys with your phone, and it does a half of a face thing with your keys. But that was basically it to introduce it. Say these are Rangers from the past. That was it. So fast forward, we see the Rangers sitting there moping around saying, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And then Silver Ranger shows up. Troy and Orion go to the Armada, or the head Armada ship, and they destroy it. They come down, and they see this massive swarm of God, I keep forgetting what they're called. The little robot things. I know, some Power Ranger fan, right? But, yeah, anyway, they're sitting there looking around like, we can't defeat them all by ourselves. What are we going to do? And then they look up and they see a line of legendary Rangers, and they start naming off by season. I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. And I get so excited because once they started naming off Lightspeed, they showed 6 Rangers. And, of course, my favorite Rangers showed right there. And I get so excited. And they come walking towards the Super Megaforce Rangers very slowly, and they take off their helmets, and then you hear Tommy saying, we're going to fight by your side, and you take the lead. They morph, they fight, and it's over. And let me just say, the fight lasts maybe 2 minutes, and most of that footage is pretty much the stuff you saw in Troy's dream sequence. There is no difference whatsoever. It's all Japanese footage. It basically, the war is the footage that you saw in the first episode of Megaforce. And man, it took 2 years to get to that, and it was a hype. It was hyped up. All the fans were excited. They were just, nobody could shut up about November in the States. The Legendary War. Legendary War is coming. It's going to be the biggest thing to happen to Power Rangers. It was like, yeah, it probably will be, and it's probably going to be the talk of the town. Well, it's the talk of the town, all right, but there's nothing good about it. I'm literally sitting here saying that this episode was so underwhelming, I have to put it right next to Operation Overdrive. Operation Overdrive is my least favorite season. And because of the build-up, it took 2 years to get to this one episode that they were promoting like crazy. I would have to say Super Megaforce is probably, next to Operation Overdrive, the second worst season. And I had to have a discussion with this with my friend who's a Sentai and Power Ranger viewer. And I agree with him now. I tried to give Super Megaforce a chance. I kept on trying to defend it because you always had those Sentai purists sitting there talking about how Power Rangers is just basically ripping off what we've already seen in Sentai. And I'm like, well, they gotta do something. They got a budget now, and Saban's the cheapest asshole you'll ever meet, so obviously it's going to be different. But for people who don't watch Sentai like me, I'm not going to notice that stuff. It's going to be new stuff for me. So I'm not the one to complain, and I was giving it a chance. I think the first few episodes I was really excited about, and I actually enjoyed them. I actually stopped watching it after I saw the Legendary Battle. I haven't even watched the past couple episodes, kind of expecting to see him come on Netflix and I could watch him. But after the Legendary War, I was very disappointed. I'm not going to lie to you. I am a true Power Ranger fan, trust me. It was disappointing. It really, really was. And the fact that Saban basically dangled this thing in front of our faces like we were, just thirsty for it. We were demanding it. We were wanting it. We expected to get it, and we didn't. That's basically what happened. I think this at fault somewhere lies where Saban expected to have all these cast members from the past return, and he only got 7 or 8. and some of them are not really important to this, or people who want to be, or what fans want, people that they want to come in. They've asked David Yost, they asked Amy Jo, they asked Austin St. John. Hell, they asked my favorite Ranger, Rhett Fisher, the Titanium Ranger, and I think Rhett was invited, and then he was uninvited. As for David Yost, I remember, I guess they asked Karen Ashley, David Yost, and Walter Jones. All three of them denied because of, well, you know, the story about David Yost. He just doesn't want to be a part of, you know, Saban's bullcrap anymore. So I think Saban expected, because of it being the 21st anniversary, or the 20th anniversary, they expected a lot of the Rangers to return, and because they didn't, this kind of blew up in their face. And what we got was this. We got something that was less than memorable, I guess. It was very, again, use this term, everybody's using it. It was underwhelming. It's there, it happened. T-minus 15 days, you'll forget it. It's done and over with. For those of you that haven't seen it, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen posts about it if you've tried to avoid it. It's kind of too late to say spoiler alert, but if you saw the title above, I'm pretty sure you could skip it. But as for whether or not you should see it, as a fan of Power Rangers, yes, you should see it. You were excited about it. You were looking forward to it. But I would also hate to say, don't set yourself up for disappointment, because don't expect this big thing to happen, because it won't. And that's basically my review of the Legendary War. I wish I had a second person to talk to and have an opinion on this, because when me and my friend in the UK were talking about it, he always brought up the Gokaiger thing. And that's the reason why I didn't bring him in, is because he's a viewer of Sentai. And if you guys are wondering what I'm trying to do, my charger's acting up. But he's a viewer of Sentai, and he has opinions based on something from another country. I would have preferred someone who's only viewed Power Rangers like myself to base an opinion on the final episode, because, you know, they would have never seen Gokaiger, and they can sit there and agree with me that this is the most underwhelming episode ever. Like, ever. Oh my god, Saban, what the hell happened to you? He's past his prime now. I'm going to sit here and say he's past his prime. He needs to give it up and give it back to another company. Possibly somebody needs to take the helm. I am seriously debating on giving up on Dino Charge at this point, because he's doing the same thing he's done for the past 4 years. And so, yeah, I'm gonna just say he's past his prime, and I think the Legendary War episode just shows it. So, but other than that, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll be doing more reviews soon. Don't worry about that. I just got this bad boy in the mail, so I will be reviewing this at some point. Plus, I got this Jungle Fury Jungle Pride Megazord, so I got to review that and all that stuff. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.